This is the Irontrader, and this is midday trading. So we're going to check out here on natural gas, on crude oil, and then we're going to take a look here at Apple stock, AAPL. And remember, the earnings are out after the close today. Now, on natural gas, it seems like we were very, very bullish today. Wants to run on up. The EIA report came out today, and there was a build of 59 BCF versus the expected was 56 BCF, but it doesn't seem to really to matter. Okay, so let's take a look at the charts. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have your daily and your weekly chart on natty gas. Now, here we're looking here pretty good today. I was pointing out this area right here. Okay, so this is very, very key. This is 1.909. You could call that 1.901. Okay, so yesterday it came down and we're holding this key support level. That's very, very critical. Now today we put in a low of 1.92, which was a higher low and obviously a higher high. Okay, so what I was telling you here on the video this morning is you want to watch that 2 level flat. Okay, so obviously we're above that. You're sitting at, what are we sitting at here? 203. Okay, so next level here we're looking for is going to be right to the top of that candle, which is 205. Okay, so again, if it can meet up with that, then we're looking here for this basically 209 level, which was the top of that candle. So when we look at these price channels here, you look at 209 on the top here, and then on the bottom, looking at 1.58. So we're trading in the upper tier. So this is actually looking pretty good. Now, when we had that contract roll here into the June contract, it acted a lot different than what we had here. Now, we did get a couple day of the sell-off afterwards, but then she ran up here very nicely. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here, okay? So again, this gap is not filled because the bottom of this gap is 1.909 and then the fill is 1.67. But right now she's looking pretty good. As long as we hold this key level right across here, it is basically 1.90. We hold that level, you're in good shape, okay? Now you can see where your 8 SMA here is moving up very, very nicely. Okay, so that is going to be your next support level. And then right below that, we have the 1.81, your 21-day. And then we have this nice 50-day sitting right at 1.78. Okay, so this is looking very, very nice here. Okay, so again, if you want to, get real picky here, you can go down to the 1.98. We have 1.95, but realistically, this is what we're looking for on the big banana. Is this 8? Simple moving average, you're looking for that 21, 8.10, and then we're looking for that 50-day there at 1.78, and obviously your gap fill here is 1.67. But right now, this is very, very bullish mode. Now, if it keeps on running up here, say today and tomorrow, we want to know what kind of reaction when we hit that key level, that 2.09 level. Now, again, if it cracks through, then we have some really nice targets up here. You're looking all the way up here at 2.47 and 2.48, which is very, very in line. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. But this is going to be very, very strong resistance, just like it was here, because you have that 100-day, and then we have this 21 SMA sitting right there at that 210 area. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Now, again, it's not going to go straight up in line. If it closes above this key, say 209, 210 area, it's not going to go straight on up here, okay? So what you always want to do is just look to the left of the charts there, okay? So what do you have? You have 2.12, we have 2.15, and then here's your gap at 2.16, okay? So that would be your first target zones if you can get above. Now, again, if you can clear all that, we got nice open space here to 2.31, 2.32, and there's your gap fill at 2.42, and then we have that nice basically 2.48 looking right up there very, very nicely. Now, again, this could be the turnaround here for old natty gas. We got to see if it's all going to shake out here because now we have this nice double bottom situation going on here. So let's just see here if it can rally up here. Okay, so basically for today, this is what you want to watch is you want to start watching now that these were resistance. Now these are support. So now you want to watch this level, that 2.0 level. You want to watch yesterday's high. Okay, 1.97, and then what we want to watch is we want to watch today's low, 1.92, and then this 1.90 right across here. That is your key support level. On the upside, just watch that 205 and that 209, very, very critical. Okay, let's take a look here on an hourly and a 4 hour. Okay, hourly chart. Now, when we looked at this yesterday, I was saying that here we had that gap up, but you're holding this key level here coming across. This was very, very key. Okay, so when you is basically like a bull flag kind of situation without the pull. So what we're doing is we're holding that key level. That's very, very nice. And now you can see where she's running up and it wants to test that 209. Now, as long as we hold this key level here, we're doing good. If this here is lost, that 1.925 and this 1.90 is lost, then you're going to come right down here to that 1.87 level. Then we can just follow the candles all the way down until we get to your gap fill right here, okay? But right now, as long as we hold that upper level, like we're doing on that daily chart here, this is looking very, very good. And the breakout, if we can close above that, then she can scream much, much higher. Now, it's very, very clear here on your 4-hour chart. Let me just bigger up here a little bit for you. Okay, so see how nice this level is holding? See, as long as you hold this, this is looking very, very good. So what you do is you can just follow the candlesticks all the way on up here. So today's high, you had 2.036. Then what we can do is you just follow this up here. What do we have there? You got 2.57, which lines up very nicely with that daily chart. Then you have 2.07 until we get up there. Now, the question is, if it runs up there, what is it going to do when it hits there? Is it going to come flying back down again, or is it going to break through? If it breaks through, that way you can take a super long and you can go much higher. The question is, you got to close above that 209, 210 area, then she can rip. But let's just see what happens if it gets there, what the reaction. That's always the key, is what is the reaction. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, again, if you're bullish, you're getting hammered. Now, there was some good scalps here today in the UCO. Okay, so that's how you have to look at it. You just got to take a little bit at a time. Okay, if you can get 15 cents or 20 cents or 25 cents, if you're trading 5,000 shares, that's all you're looking for. But right now, this pattern is ugly times ugly. Okay, when you see this, you see a topping tail right into that brick wall at that 21 SMA, and then you see a series of lower highs and lower lows. That's never good, because what you have to do, you have to wait now until you find an absolute bottom. So it did not hold yesterday's low. That was at 78.83, and so far it's not holding this 50 SMA here at all. At 78.85 now looking ugly. So now we're looking here to this next level here at 78.01. So real time, you're looking at 78.55. So this here is, if that's lost, then you're going to come right here to this 100 SMA here at 77.89. That would be the target. But what we're looking for here to go say, hey, I'm going to take a real long position, is we're looking for a candle like this. Okay, this is a bottoming tail. It's a doji. It's a red dog, whatever you want to call it. But see what you have, the series here of lower highs and lower lows. Okay, you never want to buy that. But this is good scalping in both directions. Don't get me wrong. Just like it was today, I scalped them that UCO there for a long and just got the hell out of it there. Okay, that was the key. But what you don't want to do is say, hey, I'm going to take a long position and buy on the way down. That's just a kiss of death. Always wait for a reversal candle like we have here. Now, they come in different kinds. See, look at this candle. Looks more like a cross. Then we look at this candle. Looks different, but look how nice it ran up here. Look at here. We had a nice bottoming here. Look at this candle here. You see what I'm saying? So it comes in at all different situations. But what you want to do is have this pierce all the way down and then suck all those bears in, okay, and say, oh, this is going lower, and then she reverses, and then they got to cover their shorts, and then boom, that's where she starts rallying up. And all these big rallies always start from a short squeeze, and that's usually how it goes. But right now, you just don't have that. You just got a series of lower highs and lower lows. Now we're just looking for a bottom. So scalpers market in the crude in the crude area until you can find a bottom. Now, this morning, if you watch the video, I also pointed out here that if you go to my playlist last weekend, I did a video there on candlestick charting and patterns. It's very interesting. So I look at this myself here every week here because I always want to stay as much possible as I can. So then when I'm looking at these charts here, like I'm looking at here, well, what do I see here? See, I see a left shoulder, I see a head, and I see a right shoulder. Okay, this is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, if this keeps on rolling down, this could go here much, much lower, and you could go all the way down here to the 75 level very, very easy. See how this pattern is? See, this is why you always want to stay right on top of everything here and look at those patterns. I say I got right on a playlist, just click it right on, and it's all right there for you. But you always want to look at those patterns. Now, if this starts rallying up here and you get break above this candle, well, then that negates that head and shoulder, head or shoulders pattern, okay? And then she just runs up. But right now, this is pretty much here intact where you ran right on up here, okay? It's not a perfect head and shoulders, but you can still get the glimpse of what's going on here. So what we want to do here is now, today, we want to watch on a closing basis is watch this 50-day. We want to watch that 21-day, okay? And then if that's lost, we want to watch all the way down here to this 100-day, okay? So right now, this is a series of lower, 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 high, not good at all. Okay, on the upside, well, you want to look to yesterday's low. That's 78.83. Then we can look here today to today's high, 79.90, and then we have that 80.11. That is going to be your big target. Now, again, if you can get above that, we can look to the bottom of this candle. You're looking at 80.95. And then we looked at the top of yesterday's candle. That is 81.57. But right here, what you're really looking for is that 50-day at 81.76. And then we have your 8 SMA right above that. Now, your 8 SMA is curling right over. It crossed below that 21-day. It was trying to work up. It did, and now it just fell off. Now, if this closes below that 21-day and hits toward that 200-day, this is what you get right here, where you're fighting it the whole way, and that's just nothing but resistance here. So just remember that. If you're just a long-only trader, that's not what you really want to see. What you want to see is where the price is above that 8 SMA, then that's nice, good support level all the way on up here. So always remember that, okay? Watch that key 8 simple moving average. It's a lot tougher than it looks, okay? So let's just see how it all day today shakes out here, but just watch that 50-day, that 21-day, okay? And then if that's lost, we have your 100-day. On the upside, the key is going to be this 80.11. That's going to be there on the upside, and we can get, then you can go all the way to 81.76. Okay, let's take a look here at Apple. Okay, here we have Apple, your daily and your weekly chart. Let me just smaller down a little bit here. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, you basically had a trading range here going sideways, but what I don't like about this is, okay, you see you have a high, lower high, all the way on down here. That's really not very, very good. Okay, now the earnings, I'm not really expecting much because really they've been missing here on the last few quarters. Okay, now I'm a long-term holder of this. I mean years. Okay, so to me it doesn't really make any difference. I just look at long-term, take the dividend, that kind of things. Okay, Apple's still a great company. They do what, $4 billion a quarter or something ridiculous thing. So that's all good. So what we're looking here on, let's take a look at the downside first. Is you need to hold that key 1.709. Okay, there's your 8 SMA. Right below that here, you have 169.74. That is very, very key. Then you can just work yourself all the way down. See what you have there, 166.21. We have 164.92. And then you have your big retest on here at 164.08. Okay, so that's very your key. The upside here is we got to get and close above this 50-day, 1.72. Again, if you can, then we have a target right there, okay, set at 174.99. The next level here is going to be 176.03. And then we just follow the candles, okay, 176.63. And then we'll come right up to this here, 178.36, okay, right there. Then again, if you can break out of this range, okay, because you hit it there, and then we didn't even hit it there, okay? So if you can, then you have the old Hondo sitting right above that, 180.90, and then your 200-day, 181.24. That is your big target, okay? But right now, this chart really does not look what you call great. You're going to need some kind of a big catalyst here to get this thing running up here, okay? That's just what it is, what reality is. Now, I also trade this 4 times a year. What I do is I buy this 2-3 weeks ahead of time, down when it came down in this area here, and then I'll be selling this here at the end of the day. That is my trade there, on the Apple. But I'm also a long-term holder, but you can do this 4 times a year and you can make a decent money there off of that, okay? But right now here on the upside, you got to get above and close above that 172.40. Then you can work yourself up to 178.36 and possible 181. Downside, key level, watch that 8-day, watch that 21-day, and then if that's all lost, you got a big retest here, 164.08. Weekly doesn't look any better. See, you got targets down here, all the way down here to your 200 SMA at all the way to 152.88. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. But the chart doesn't look anything to write home about. You had a double top situation, and then you just got these series of lower highs. That's really never good. Okay, that's what I got for you. A little natty gas, a little crude, and Apple. I'll be back here after pit close, and we're going to go a little bit more in depth on crude oil and natural gas. All right, thanks for watching.